Sawman Trilogy by Colton Dennis. Sawman. When prisoners end up in a bus crash, they must make their way through an abandoned mental institution. But they aren't alone. 2007. Patients appear. Walking around. Ken Krieger appears in a cell. A door opens. Security guard number 1 appears walking past Ken's cell. Ken grabs patient number 1. Patient number 1 screams. Security guard number 1 runs into the room, then unlocks the cell door. A taser charges up, then gets swung. Ken moves. The taser hits patient number 1. Ken punches security guard number 1, grabs his nightstick, then swings it. The nightstick hits security guard number 2. "Leave," said Ken. Patients are running out of the room. Ken grabs a pair of keys. Security guard number 1 and number 2 groan. Ken shuts the cell door, then locks it. Security guard number 1 pulls out his gun. "Don't move," said security guard number 1. Ken looks at security guard number 1. Security guard number 1 goes still. Ken grabs an oil can, pours it, then a lights match. "Hell has a place for you," said Ken, letting go of match. A fire starts. Ken slowly walks away. Security guard number 1 and number 2 are screaming. The fire gets to a stack of gas tanks. Explosion in the distance. Ken approaches the entrance of the institution. The fire burns Ken. 2015 today. Footsteps walking. The office door opens. Joaquin appears behind a desk. "Sheriff, the prisoners are ready to be moved," said Officer Chris. "All right. I'll be there soon. And take Officer Allison with you," said Sheriff Joaquin. "Yes, sir," said Officer Chris, walking away. A group of prisoners appear in a line. Joaquin walks towards the prisoners. "Hello, prisoners. You 6 will be transported to another prison. And my officers will be on the bus," said Sheriff Joaquin. "You're not coming, Sheriff?" asked Matt. "No. But don't worry. I'll be watching your every move. Now, I put you into their hands." "Good luck, officers," said Sheriff Joaquin, walking away. A bus starts, then drives away. "How long will it take?" asked Officer Allison. 2 days, said Officer Chris. Matt looks at Jennifer. "Hey you, what's your name?" asked Matt. Jennifer raises her middle finger to Matt. Suzanne lowers Suzanne's left hand, pulls out a pin, then unlocks her handcuffs. "We'll stop here. You sleep. I'll drive," said Officer Chris. The bus stops. The door opens. Officers Allison walks into a gas station. "Psst, Trina." "Here," said Suzanne. Trina looks at Suzanne. Suzanne unlocks Trina's handcuffs. "Give me that," said Patrick. "Quiet," said Officer Chris. Trina gives the pin to Patrick. Patrick's handcuffs being unlocked. Both Jennifer and Matt unlock their handcuffs. Daniel looks out the bus window. "Hey kid." "Here," said Matt. Officer Chris looks. "What are you doing back there?" asked Officer Chris, unlocking the cage door. Patrick trips Officer Chris. Officer Allison walks onto the bus. Patrick points the gun at Officer Allison. "Get back here," said Matt. Officer Allison walks into the back of the bus. Matt grabs Officer Allison's gun. Both Officer Allison and Officer Chris being handcuffed. Patrick walks towards the driver's seat. "Here we go," said Patrick. The bus drives away. The camera in the top corner of the bus moves. Sheriff Joaquin watching the TV, then grabs a gun. A police car starts, then drives away. The bus continues driving. All are sitting in the back of the bus. Spikes appear in the middle of the road. Patrick steps onto the brake. The bus drives over the spikes, then stops. What the hell? Asked Matt. We hit some spikes, said Patrick. Matt looks out the windshield, then sees the spikes. I guess we walk from here, said Matt. Where do we go? Asked Jennifer. Hey officers, what's the closest building? Asked Matt. It's a burnt institution. About 5 minutes that way, said Officer Chris, pointing. Let's get moving, said Matt. The bus door opens. The group walking off the bus. Patrick lights a match, then throws it into the bus. What's that for? Asked Daniel. So they don't find us, said Patrick. The bus explodes. The group appears walking down road. The institution appears. Well, the officer was right. Keep walking, officers, said Matt. A figure appears, then moves inside the institution. Daniel staring at the top window. Hey, you all right? Asked Suzanne. Daniel walks towards the institution. The front door of the institution opens. The group walks inside. Everyone look around. We need to find some food, said Matt. The group continues walking. Both Suzanne and Trina find a vending machine. Here we go, said Trina. Suzanne grabs an axe. The vending machine glass smashes. Both Suzanne and Trina are grabbing food. Footsteps walking. I found some chips, said Suzanne. They wouldn't be any good. This place burnt down years ago, said Officer Chris. The bags of chips being opened. They look pretty good to me, said Matt. I need a shower badly, said Jennifer. Girls, find the showers. We'll find a place to sleep, said Matt. The group stands up. Matt, we need to be uncuffed, said Officer Chris. No, you both come with us, said Matt. The group appears walking down the hallway. Ken appears. All 3 girls are walking. The bathroom appears. In here, said Suzanne. All 3 walk into the bathroom. All 5 walking. Here's the bedroom. Get in there, said Matt. I'm gotta take a piss. I'll be back, said Patrick, walking away. Get back here after, said Matt. Patrick walking down the hallway. The bathroom door opens. Patrick's pants unzip, then he starts urinating. A shadow walks past the bathroom doorway. Patrick looks out the bathroom doorway. Who's in here? Come on out. I'm not afraid. But you will be once I shoot you, said Patrick, looking down the hallway. The gun uncocks. A tree saw appears. Footsteps approaching Patrick. Patrick looks, then points the gun. The tree saw cuts off Patrick's arm holding the gun. You entered my institution. Now you must die, said Ken, raising the tree saw. The tree saw cuts off Patrick's head. Ken walks away. An office door opens. Hey, this is where they kept the files, said Suzanne. Drawers are being opened. The police car appears driving, then stops. The driver door opens. Sheriff Joaquin sees the burning bus, walks towards his police car, grabs a few guns, then walks down the road. This is Sheriff, said Sheriff Joaquin, being interrupted. A twig snaps. Sheriff Joaquin looks, points his gun, then walks towards the snapping sound. The tree saw goes into Sheriff Joaquin's stomach. Wrong direction, Sheriff, said Ken. Footsteps approaching. Hey, look what we found, said Trina. Where's Jennifer? Asked Matt. Taking a shower, said Matt. I'll be back, said Matt. All 5 are looking at the papers. The shower is running. Jennifer appears. A creaking sound in the distance. Hello, is someone there? Asked Jennifer, turning around. Matt appears. Jennifer gets startled. Hey babe, said Matt. Both Jennifer and Matt start kissing. Footsteps approaching. Jennifer moaning. The bathroom door opens. Ken appears holding an electrical cord. Both Jennifer and Matt look up, then see Ken. This is shocking for you both, said Ken, throwing electrical cord. The electrical cord lands into the water. Both Jennifer and Matt are being electrocuted. Ken walks away. All five continue looking through the papers. Hey, this is Ken Krieger, the mental patient, who died in a fire, said Officer Allison. I heard he's still alive, said Daniel. Well, I need to go wash up, said Trina. I'll come along, said Suzanne. Daniel sees the handcuff keys, grabs them, then unlocks the handcuffs. Why'd you do that? Asked Officer Chris. Because I'm actually an undercover detective. I knew this would happen, so I came along, said Daniel. Ken walks past. All look up, then see the picture. That was him, said Officer Allison. Wait, Trina and Suzanne went that way, said Daniel. All three are running. Both Suzanne and Trina appear kissing. Suzanne goes down. Trina's body. Trina moaning, then opens her eyes. The tree saw decapitates Trina. You seem stiff, baby, said Suzanne, looking up. Trina's body falls. Suzanne crawls backwards. Ken appears. Suzanne looks up. Ken swings the tree saw. The tree saw goes into Suzanne's face. All three stop, leave, and never come back, said Ken. You two go get help. I'll deal with him, said Daniel. We'll be back with help, said Officer Allison. Both Officer Chris and Officer Allison running. Daniel grabs an axe. Both Daniel and Ken swing their weapons. The tip of the axe breaks. Ken grabs Daniel by his throat, lifts him off the floor, then raises the tree saw. Both Officer Chris and Officer Allison continue running. The tree saw goes into Officer Chris's back. Get out of here, said Officer Chris, falling onto the floor. Officer Allison continues running. Ken pushes the tree saw through Officer Chris, then looks up. Officer Allison gets to the police car. The police car starts, turns around, then drives away. Ken stops at the road, then sees the police car driving away. I'm coming for you, said Ken, walking up the road. To be continued. Sawman 2, Sawapalooza. Officer Allison is chased into town by Ken Krieger. But while the annual festival is going on, will Officer Allison find help? A police car driving, the tires squealing. Then pop. The police car crashes into a tree. Officer Allison groans. The driver door opens. Officer Allison crawls towards the road, laughing in front of Officer Allison. Officer Allison looks up, then sees Ken Krieger. You escaped me once. Not again, said Ken, raising the tree saw. A bright light shines onto Ken. Ken turns to his right, then gets hit by a car. The car stops. The doors open. Both Christopher and Megan appear. Megan sees Officer Allison laying on the ground. Chris, there, said Megan. Both Christopher and Megan run towards Officer Allison. We got you. She needs a hospital, said Christopher. Both Christopher and Megan are carrying Officer Allison towards the car. The doors shut. Ken opens his eyes, sits up, grabs the tree saw, then sees the car drive away. I'm coming for you, officer, said Ken. The car stops. The doors open. Both Christopher and Megan carry Officer Allison inside the hospital. We need help over here, said Megan. What happened? Asked Eve. Someone tried to kill her. We ran him over, said Christopher. Get her to the emergency room, quickly, said Eve. Nurses are pushing the stretcher with Officer Allison away. Should we stay? Asked Megan. I think we should. Until she gets better, said Christopher. Footsteps walking. Music playing in the distance. Lights appear. Ken smiles. A festival of fear. It's time to play, said Ken walking towards the festival. The heart monitor beeping. Officer Allison appears sleeping. Both Christopher and Megan are watching. Is she all right? Asked Megan. She'll be fine. She's only sleeping. Now, what did the killer look like? Asked Eve. Well, we didn't really see him. What he looked like, I mean, said Megan. Then we must wait, said Eve walking away. Both Christopher and Megan walk into the hospital room, then sit in chairs. Officer Allison slowly wakes up, then sees both Christopher and Megan. Chris, she's awake, said Megan. Go get the nurse, said Christopher. Megan walks out of the hospital room. Nurse, we need you, said Megan. Both Eve and Megan walk back into the hospital room. Hello, Officer Allison. How are you feeling? Asked Eve. Bad. I need to leave, said Officer Allison. You're not leaving. Now, tell me who was chasing you. Asked Eve. His name is Ken Krieger. The mental patient. He killed my partner and 6 prisoners, said Officer Allison. Ken Krieger, he was named and quote, Sawman and quote, for short, said Eve. Why? Asked Christopher. He always used saws on his victims until he found a tree saw. But then he went to a mental institution. It burnt down 8 years ago, said Eve. And he's back. I think he followed me, said Officer Allison. Where would he go? Asked Megan. Officer Allison sees the lights in the distance out the hospital room window. The festival, said Officer Allison, trying to get up. Eve holds Officer Allison down. You need to rest, said Eve. We'll go for you, said Christopher. Be careful. Both Christopher and Megan start to walk. Wait. Take my gun, said Officer Allison. Thanks. We'll be back, said Christopher. Both Christopher and Megan walk out of the hospital room. Ken stops. Music continues playing. People are walking around. Cedric appears behind a tent. Oh baby. Yeah, that's right. Do that, said Cedric, looking at a Playboy magazine. Footsteps approaching Cedric. Cedric turns around, then sees Ken. What we look at is very repulsive. Just like you, buddy, said Ken. Look, if you want to see too. That's fine with me, said Cedric. Ken shows the tree saw. Cedric runs. Ken throws the tree saw. The tree saw goes through Cedric's chest. Cedric stops, looks down, then looks back at Ken. Blood drips onto the ground. Cedric split in half. People are screaming and running. Andrew, Hallie, Reese, and Griffin appear. Why's everyone running? Asked Andrew. Who knows? But let's find out, said Griffin. All 4 are walking, then see Cedric's body. Holy shit, said Andrew. Ken grabs the tree saw, then sees all 4 of them. Witnesses, said Ken. All 4 run. Ken follows all 4 of them. Both Andrew and Hallie run into the haunted house, and both Griffin and Reese run into the maze, and Ken stops, then walks into the maze, and footsteps continue running, then stops. Do you think he followed us? Asked Reese. Hopefully not. Let's find our way through, said Griffin. Both Griffin and Reese are walking. A path next to them appears. Ken appears walking. Stops, then Hears whispering. Reese stops. Wait, I hear something, said Reese, walking towards the hedge. What is it? Asked Griffin. Reese looks at Griffin, then gasps. The tree saw appears in Reese's chest. Help, said Reese. Griffin runs. Ken walks through the hedge, then follows Griffin. Griffin continues running, then trips. Ow, I sprained my ankle, said Griffin. Footsteps approaching Griffin. Griffin looks up at Ken. You didn't make it through, said Ken, raising the tree saw. Griffin screams. Footsteps walking. Was that Griffin? Asked Hallie. Just keep going, said Andrew. Ken appears in front of the haunted house and then walks inside. The front door slams. What was that? Asked Hallie. He's inside, said Andrew. Voices are echoing. Ken stops. 2 down, 2 to go, said Ken, laughing. Footsteps walking. A hand grabs Hallie. The door shuts. Hallie, said Andrew. Hallie struggling. I never liked bones inside people, said Ken, snapping Hallie's neck. Hallie falls onto the floor, banging on the door. Hallie, said Andrew. Ken smiles. The door breaks down. Andrew groans, then sees Hallie's body. Ken appears. She needed to be. And cracked and a lesson, said Ken. Andrew runs. Ken throws the tree saw. Andrew moves. The tree saw goes into the wall. Andrew falls a pair of stairs, then groans. Ken pulls the tree saw out from the wall. The car pulls up. Andrew stands up, then limps away. Ken slowly follows Andrew. I don't see anyone, said Christopher. Help, said Andrew. The front door of the haunted house and opens. Hurry, get in the car, said Megan. The car doors shut. Ken appears in front of the haunted house and again. There he is, said Andrew. The engine stalling. Start, come on, said Christopher. Ken throws the tree saw. Andrew looks out the back window. Bullshit, said Andrew. The back window glass breaks. The tree saw decapitates Andrew. Ken walks towards the car. The engine rumbles. The car drives away. Where we going? Asked Megan. Back to the hospital to get Allison, then leave, said Christopher. The car stops. The doors open. Both Christopher and Megan run into the hospital. Officer Allison continues laying in hospital bed. Both Christopher and Megan run into the hospital room. Is he dead? Asked Officer Allison. No, but we need to leave, said Christopher. Officer Allison takes off the heart monitor wires. Eve walks into the hospital room. What do you think you're doing? Asked Eve. We need to leave, said Megan. Footsteps approach the car. Ken grabs the tree saw. No one's going anywhere, said Eve. Alarm goes off. People are screaming in the distance. Eve walks out of the hospital room, then sees Ken. I got an idea, said Officer Allison. Eve grabs a needle, then stabs Ken. Ken looks at Eve, then laughs. The tree saw gets raised. Eve screams. Ken looks into the hospital room, sees Officer Allison's jacket, the hospital bed, then throws Eve onto the floor. A lump appears on hospital bed. Ken walks towards hospital bed, then raises the tree saw. Christopher fires the gun. Ken gets shot in his arm, then drops the tree saw. Megan gets off hospital bed, then ducks down. The gun continuously firing. Ken walks backwards towards the hospital window. The gun clicks. Ken laughs. Out of bullets? Asked Ken. Officer Allison. grabs the tree saw. Go to hell, said Officer Allison, jamming the tree saw into Ken's stomach. Ken goes through the hospital window, then grabs Officer Allison's arm. Megan grabs Officer Allison's other arm. I got you, said Megan. Ken pulls the tree saw out of his stomach. Christopher reloads the gun, then cocks it. Like she said, and quat. Go to hell, and quat, said Christopher. The gun fires. Ken gets shot, then screams. A thudding sound. Both Christopher and Megan pull Officer Allison up. I quit this job, said Officer Allison. 2 weeks later. Footsteps walking. The woods appear. Footsteps approaching, then stop. A book opens. Latin language being spoken. The ground starts shaking. A hand rises from the ground, then a whip. Leon Krieger appears, then looks up. A hand pulls Leon Krieger up. Welcome back, my brother, said Ken, appearing. Both Ken and Leon are laughing. The end. Brothers of Destruction. Both Ken and Leon Krieger reunite. But once her parents are killed, Elizabeth Krieger must choose between life or death. 2016. Dishes appear being washed. Christina appears. A dish falls. Christina bends over. Leon appears in the kitchen window. Christina puts the dish back. Leon's gone. Christina walks into the living room, grabs a book, sits onto the couch, then starts reading. The front door opens. Christina looks at the front door. Is that you, Joey? Christina walks towards the front door, then shuts it. That's weird. Christina sits onto the couch. Again. The front door creaks open. Christina stands up, then walks towards the front door. The front door appears open. Stop playing tricks, said Christina. The front door slams shut. Christina turns around. The back door appears open. Christina slowly walks towards the back door. Joey appears. Christina gets startled. Are you all right, hon? Asked Joey. Yeah. How's Elizabeth? Asked Christina. Great. She's coming tomorrow, said Joey. Well, I'm going to bed. Come with me, said Christina. Both Christina and Joey are walking upstairs. Both Ken and Leon appear on the front porch. It's time to finish your revenge, brother, said Ken. Let's do it, brother, said Leon. Christina moaning. The front door opens. Both Ken and Leon are slowly walking upstairs. A creaking sound in the distance. Joey looks up. Is something wrong? Asked Christina. No, nothing's wrong, said Joey. Moaning continues. Both Ken and Leon stop at the bedroom door. Do it, brother. I'll handle the husband, said Ken. The bedroom door opens. Both Christina and Joey look up, then see both Ken and Leon. Both Ken and Leon staring at both Christina and Joey. Hello, Christina, Joey. You remember my brother? Asked Leon. Why are you here? Asked Joey. For her, said Ken. Leon swings his right arm. Joey jumps in front of Christina. The whip cuts Joey's throat. Joey, said Christina. Ken grabs Christina by her hair. You deserve to die. Like you killed him. Now, Leon, finish it, said Ken. Leon grabs Christina. Please, Leon, I love you, said Christina. I love you too, said Leon. Nodding to Ken. Ken pulls out his tree saw. The tree saw goes through Christina's chest. Just remember, blood is thicker than water, said Ken. Christina falls onto the bedroom floor. Both Ken and Leon are walking out of the bedroom room. Ken shuts the bedroom door. An airplane appears. Landing. Elizabeth appears walking. Florence, Cherry, Mike and Terry appear standing next to each other. There she is, said Terry. Elizabeth hugs all four of them. Where's my mom and dad? Asked Elizabeth. I tried to call them, but they didn't answer, said Florence. Well, thanks for coming to get me, Graham. Let's go home, said Elizabeth. All five are walking away. A few police cars appear in front of the house. Florence's car pulls up, then stops. What's going on? Asked Florence. The car parks. The doors open. All five run. What's going on? Asked Elizabeth. My number one turns around. Christopher appears. I'm sorry, but this is an investigation, said Christopher. I live here with my parents, said Elizabeth. You're Elizabeth Krieger. Elizabeth nods her head. I'm sorry to tell you this, but your parents were murdered, said Christopher. Murdered, said Elizabeth, fainting onto the floor. Elizabeth's name echoes. Elizabeth slowly wakes up. Elizabeth, are you all right? Asked Florence. Graham, Mom's dead, said Elizabeth, starting to cry. Florence hugs Elizabeth. I hope she's all right, said Terry. Footsteps approaching. Officer Allison, Christopher and Megan appear. I'm looking for Elizabeth Krieger. A nurse points to the hospital room. Thank you, said Officer Allison. All three walking into the hospital room. Hello, Miss Krieger. Remember me? Sorry for interrupting. Officer Allison, said Christopher. Hello, Miss Krieger. We know who murdered your parents. Now, you know the story of your father. He's one of the two killers, said Officer Allison. But my father was laid to rest, said Elizabeth. Well, he was, until he was brought back. Officer Allison hands a picture to Elizabeth. Do you know who he is? Asked Officer Allison. Elizabeth looks at the picture of Ken. No. Who is he? Asked Elizabeth. He's your uncle, the second killer, said Officer Allison. Why'd he do it? Asked Elizabeth. He's mentally ill, said Christopher. Yes, your uncle went crazy. He was sent to an institution. And now he wants you dead, said Officer Allison. What should I do? Asked Elizabeth. Don't panic. We'll be staying with you, said Megan. My two officers will help you, like they said. Good evening, said Officer Allison. All three are walking away. Someone should stay here, said Christopher. True. Megan, stay here. Christopher, come with me. We'll look around the house, said Officer Allison. Footsteps approach. We want to help too, said Terry. All right, just follow our lead. Watch her, said Officer Allison. Megan nods her head. All five are walking away. Megan walks back into the hospital room. I'll be staying with you to watch over you too, said Megan. Thank you, said Elizabeth. A police car stops. All five are getting out of the police car. I'll take the backyard. Christopher, left. Terry, right. Cherry and Mike, the front. Just keep an eye out for anything, said Officer Allison, walking away. The nurse walks into the hospital room. You are allowed to leave now, said nurse number one. Well, let's go, said Megan. An alarm goes off. Megan runs out of the hospital room, then looks down the hallway. Ken appears, walking, sees Megan, then stops. Well, the person who saved the officer's life, said Ken, pulling out the tree saw. A gun cocks. Remember Chris putting a bullet through your head? Here's another one, said Megan. The whip wraps around the gun, then gets pulled. Leon appears. I don't know her. Brother, said Leon. Then kill her, said Ken. Detective, said Florence, walking towards the hospital door. All three look. Witnesses, said Ken. Elizabeth approaches, then sees Leon. Dad, said Elizabeth. Lizzie, said Leon. Ken swings the tree saw. Megan moves Elizabeth. The tree saw decapitates Florence. Gram, said Elizabeth. Mother, said Leon. She was a bitch, brother. Get your daughter, said Ken. Megan looks out the hospital window. Do you trust me? Asked Megan. Yes, said Elizabeth. Both Elizabeth and Megan run, then jump through the hospital window. Megan grabs a wire. The wire snaps. Both Elizabeth and Megan tumble onto the ground. Both Ken and Leon standing next to the broken hospital window. Both Elizabeth and Megan slowly stand up, then run. We know where they're going, said Leon. Then let's get going, brother, said Ken. Both Cherry and Mike are smiling at each other. I need to freshen up, said Cherry, walking upstairs. Mike watches, then follows Cherry. Officer Allison looks, sees the front door open, then slowly walks towards it. Both Ken and Leon appear in the backyard, then slowly walk towards the house. The book falls. Ken shuts the back door. Officer Allison gets to the front door. Leon shuts the front door. Officer Allison looks, then tries turning the doorknob. Moaning coming from upstairs. Both Ken and Leon slowly walk upstairs. Both Cherry and Mike are kissing. You're so beautiful, said Mike. What do you think of these? Asked Cherry, taking off her bra. Mike smiles. Blood splatters onto Mike. The tree saw appears through the bedroom door and Cherry's chest. The bedroom door opens. Mike opens the bedroom window. And quat, help, and quat, help, and quat, yelled Mike, looking out the bedroom window. The whip smashes the bedroom window. The glass falls, then decapitates Mike. Mike's head rolls. Christopher sees Mike's head. Terry walks by the back door, then sees the book. The back door opens. Terry sees both Ken and Leon. Move, said Ken. Terry runs. Officer Allison pounding on the front door. Terry runs towards the street. A car hits Terry. The driver door of the police car opens. Damn, said Megan. Christopher runs out the front. Where's Terry and Cherry? Asked Christopher. Terry's dead. And I don't know where the others are, said Officer Allison. Mike's dead too. His head is over there. In the bushes, said Christopher. The front door opens. Officer Allison looks inside the house. Megan, stay here with Elizabeth. Come on, Chris, said Officer Allison. Both Christopher and Officer Allison are walking into the house, then upstairs. Christopher sees blood, then walks towards the bedroom. Cherry's body appears laying on the bedroom floor. She's dead, said Christopher. Elizabeth sees the book, then grabs it. What's that? Asked Megan. A spell book. This is how my dad came back, said Elizabeth. Both Christopher and Officer Allison walk outside of the house. Guys, said Megan. Both Christopher and Officer Allison run towards both Elizabeth and Megan. What's up? Asked Officer Allison. I think I could kill my dad and uncle, said Elizabeth. A few candles are being lit. All four are standing in a circle. Do what she says, said Officer Allison. Elizabeth starts reading the book. Latin language being spoken. Ken stops the book. I dropped it. They have it, said Ken. Both Ken and Leon run back. Latin language continues being spoken, then echoes. The whip hits the book. The book falls onto the floor. Give that back, said Leon. Come get it, Dad, said Elizabeth. Officer Allison punches Ken. Leon reaches for the book. Christopher fires his gun. Leon looks at Christopher. Elizabeth, continue the spell, said Christopher. Elizabeth continues speaking the Latin language. Ken punches Officer Allison. This time, you die, said Ken. A creaking sound from underneath the floor. Vines break through the floor, then wrap around both Ken and Leon. What's going on? Asked Leon. Your bitch of a daughter. I'm gonna kill her. The tree saw cutting the vines. Leon growls. Ken walks towards Elizabeth. Elizabeth looks up at Ken. Die, bitch, said Ken, raising the tree saw. The whip wraps around the tree saw. Don't touch her, said Leon. You give me my saw. Brother, said Ken. You're not the boss of me, said Leon. All four are watching. Both Ken and Leon are fighting. Do another spell, said Officer Allison. Elizabeth speaks Latin language again. The ground starts shaking. The house starts creaking. The floor slowly breaking. A red light appears. Ken looks down. That's hell, brother. Welcome to your worst nightmare, said Leon. Ken screams. All three are running. Elizabeth, come on, said Officer Allison. All four are running out of the house. The house collapses. Let's get out of here, said Christopher. 1 week later. Footsteps walking. A bouquet of flowers are being placed onto the ground. All four are standing next to a pile of rocks. Are you all right? Asked Megan. Yeah, I'm glad my dad saved me. I do miss him though, said Elizabeth. All four are walking away. A few rocks are moving. Ken's hand appears. The whip wraps around Ken's hand, then pulls it down. The end.